Hi, my name's Chris. I go by the name Cresfromnowhere, and I essentially make music. I've been making music for 4 years, and I'm starting to play at shows and everything, and I'm excited. Yeah. Yeah. I When it comes to genres and the music I make, I'm kind of all over the place. I have made a soft EP, I've made a synth EP, I'm making shoegaze-ish music right now, if you could even call that. I wouldn't necessarily put myself in a box on a specific genre, but relatively, I would say indie. Um, Indie shoegaze, indie pop, indie synth, indie folk. I would say indie. My inspirations, I've been really into right now, kind of like, well, just now I drove to this Japanese city pop song or album, I guess. It's called like Love Trip. That's the album, but that's an inspiration. I've been listening to a lot of Dominic Fike, and I think Loaf and Love and Were, as when it comes to shoegaze-ish. But yeah, with genres, I would say I'm like a wild card when it comes to that. I've always been, I've always taken interest when it comes to the production side of music, hearing everything flow and just kind of going into someone else's mind, listening to the songs, whether it be a Japanese city pop album, a Metro Boomin album, or an indie album like Tame Impala. I've always been infatuated with how they make it, and that's always spoken to me. It kind of starts with, I guess, I'm really big on environment. Like, if you give, oh sorry, if you give yourself a nice place to work in, I believe that you can like work at in that place for several hours. And I kind of rearranged my room, and it's been in multiple stages. I used to have a bed, and then right next to it, a couch with just a little desk with an iPod, to me having like this huge desk with 3 monitors, and I've been working up since that. And when it comes to specific songs, I kind of just try to jot down on my journal a lot. I'm really big into writing and kind of like understanding your own one's feelings, and I try to write down at least once a day, or maybe like 3 times a week, and I just work around those lyrics, those emotions, and I just fiddle around with the piano a little bit. That's usually where it starts, or guitar, and it kind of is just like a domino effect. I would play one song, or like one instrument, and then my thoughts process start going like, oh, this would go well with that, this would go well with that, let me put drums over it to see how it sounds. We can change the drums later, and then it ends up becoming a song. I've never been asked that question, but I think I have an idea. My sister's boyfriend has always been like really big in music. He's in a band. He, the average metalhead, tattoo sleeves, everything, long hair, and I really looked up to him. And out of nowhere, not for my birthday, not Christmas, he just gave me one of his guitars, and was like, "Here, man, have it. I'm not gonna use it. Give me a guitar, give me a little amp, and that kind of resonated with me. It's like, why me? Why, you don't know me that well. And I took that as a sign of the universe, like, I'm giving you this. Um, I want you to make something. And ever since then, I've been blessed with a lot of opportunities when it comes to hand-me-down guitars, hand-me-down amps found on the street, um, friends handing me their old Macs, just because I feel like I've been very blessed. And along the way, I've kind of realized that I've been given so many opportunities to make something of myself. I don't want to let that just go to waste, you know? That's a good question. I get very jittery, yeah, at first. Because sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do. There's been multiple times where alright, I'm gonna make a song, and then I end up leaving 30 minutes. I'm just like, nope, I don't want to do it today. But the times it does happen, um, I feel like it's right. I will randomly just be scrolling through sounds, and I'll find one that just sounds like me. Well, it just resonates with me. And the feeling of just finding that like right snare or right piano has always like made me like jump up and just be like kind of jittery, kind of like excited, like a little kid kind of. But it ranges a lot. It could be some days where nothing is working, nothing's working up there, and then other days will just be, it'll click, everything clicks, and yeah. I feel like a lot of times in the music industry, or just like wanting to pursue anything that isn't straight education, college and universities, there's a lot of like doubt in society onto you, being like, whether it be parents, siblings, friends, and ultimately they want the best for you. They're not here attacking you, going against you, trying to put self-doubt, but inevitably it kind of does do that. And it happens a lot whenever I kind of mentioned it, when you go into the studio or you have this idea of like, oh, I want to make this song, and then nothing happens, kind of. You just blank, your lyrics aren't coming up, guitar chords aren't showing up, and you just feel like, why is nothing happening? Like, why is the spark not there? And personally, I have been, whenever it comes to making songs, I get like that a lot. And it's a two-way, like double-bladed sword kind of, because whenever I get into those feelings of self-doubt, I tend to write good lyrics, or I tend to just be able to be honest with myself and just kind of hear my own thoughts out loud. It's not easy. It happens a lot of time. And I wish it was better, but I feel like that comes with any type of creative process, because no one's always gonna be 100% idea after idea. There's gonna be days where you can't come up with anything, and I feel like that should be normalized in society, whether not just music, but when it comes to performing or just giving a role. You're not gonna always be 100%, and your harshest critiquer is gonna be yourself. So you just gotta make sure that you know that you're capable of doing these things, but don't get yourself down. I first started releasing music with the sole intention of, I made this. No one can take this away from me. And I'm gonna release it. It might be shit, it might be bad. But it's something that I can say that I've made, and kind of as like my child. But recently, as I've grown, fan base wise, I've heard a lot of my friends kind of, some lyrics would speak to them, or some things would just click with them, and it's been hard to relate to people when all I've known is to write about me, you know? So it's been hard, but I ultimately think what I want for my music to do is kind of just showcase and let people know that anyone really could do it. I started from just a broken iPhone with wired headphones and GarageBand, and ultimately, hopefully going on tour soon. So I think anyone can do it. Yeah, anyone can do it. With everything I drop, whether it is an EP, an album, a show, I want to better myself. I want to take a step up, whether that be production, the chords I'm playing, the lyricism. I want to constantly improve, and I feel like I've done that, and I want to continue doing that. I want to be able to play for people, people who don't know me, people who have no interest in me, and then eventually, they come up and say hi. I want to be able to get in people's heads, kind of like a melody that can't leave your head. You know, an earworm, I guess you could say. That personally, what I would want. That's camera. But yeah, my name is Cresfromnowhere. I'm from Houston, and I make music. And I've dropped an album recently, Who Are My Friends? And I might be going on tour. If this comes out later, I might be on tour. If I'm not on that tour, I'm making music. Yeah.